roads are absolutely covered in about a 1/4 inch of solid ice. The only thing I have going for me is that, well, I don't really have anything going for me actually. Going about 35 miles an hour. I'm going to take a different way up to the land this time, hoping that one of the other roadways will be more heavily traveled and the roads will be in better condition. But if not, it's going to be a long afternoon. Don't you think, Rev? It's always a gamble how much snow we're going to have up here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get off the highway without blowing snow, but I was able to get off enough to get the gate open. Now the second question will be, can I get enough speed to make it back to camp? We're going to find out. There's probably only about 6 inches of snow. Oh, deer tracks in here, that's a good sign. Seems to be going just fine. Oh, I forgot I didn't take that stupid tree down. Doggone it, now I gotta slow down. That's what I get for being lazy. Hopefully it hasn't fallen down more. Oh, it looks lower. It looks lower. I got it now. Oh, the cabin's gonna be so cold and it's gonna take so long to get warmed up. Are you excited to be at the land? All right. Whew. Well, it is cold in here. Holy smokes. Well, it says it's 20. I don't think it's 20 outside, so first things first, we're gonna get this stove heated up. Gotta get those coals out from last time. Because I want lots of room. Usually just dump my ashes into the outhouse hole. Or sometimes I'll put a little in the garden. Whew, it is cold. It's going to take hours for this place to warm up too. That is the worst part about this is everything, all the floor is 20 degrees, the ceiling is 20 degrees, the insulation is 20 degrees. Takes a long time to get that up to be 80 or 70. Remind me to cut some smaller pieces this weekend. All I'm doing with that paper is just getting a draft started up the chimney so that when I load it up more, all the smoke just doesn't sit in there and try to work its way back out. That's the theory. We'll see if it works. When I first light a fire when it's cold, sometimes I get a little smoke coming out of the back of the stove right there. And two things I figured out potentially is that I pack the stove too full and that I don't create that draft first. So I hope I'm learning that lesson. We'll see if it works today. All right, I'm gonna nurse this fire a little bit until I'm confident that it's gonna catch and go. And then I'm gonna go outside and start unloading the van. Anyway, it is super dark out and it gets dark here at like 5 o'clock now. I think tomorrow or the next day is probably the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice. So we're gonna have lots of darkness on this trip, but it's a full moon or very close to it. So we're gonna make the best of it. Maybe do some night hiking, maybe some photography, just get out and have fun. So, all right, I'm gonna tend this fire and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. When I went down to the Twin Cities to drop my daughter back off for college, we stopped at an REI store and somebody had to return this Yeti 200 watt lithium ion battery pack. So it was at a very reduced price. They said the reason that they returned it was because it didn't have the power that they expected. So I'm going to try it tonight with the Christmas lights outside It is so nice out that I decided that while the fire in here is warming up, I'm going to start a fire outside, and that way I can do some snow blowing and have some light to unload the van. There's like a full moon out tonight. It is just absolutely amazing with all the snow on the trees. I always wonder what's going to jump out at this box when I open it up. Oh, I don't see any mice running around. That's a good start. Get rid of some birch bark down as a base against that cold, snowy ground. Well, I didn't know you were in here. I hope you kept the fire going. I know it took longer than I thought to come in, but I got a lot done out there, so I hope you kept warm. You cool boy? Are you my little boy? Are you happy to be at the shack? Are you happy to be at the shack? Well, I got all the snow in the driveway blown. I got the deer fed. We got the truck unloaded. What else do we do? Remember? Took a couple pictures. Someone has been smelling something. I told him a while ago that I got him a TREAT at the store. He knows it's here, so he's been begging for it for a while. It's a little pig's ear. Want a pig's ear treat? Okay, go lay on your bed. It is just a disaster in here right now. But so many of these things I need to do something with this weekend, and I plan to, but I just don't want to put anything away until I can get to that top trim piece and finally get that done and taken care of, so I can have that peak trimmed out, and then I can start actually finishing this wall, setting up the bed, making it a livable space instead of just a construction zone. Well, it is much later than I actually thought. It's 10 o'clock already. So I'm going to go ahead and knock down for the night, and Rivy's going to sit here and eat on his treat a little bit. So rather than start a project now and end up going to bed in 15 minutes, I must just get up early tomorrow and get hard at it, and we're going to have a busy day. Rivy, like to say goodnight? Good night. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody. I don't even know what time it is. I haven't even looked at my phone yet. But as you can see, it's almost 70 degrees in here, and I haven't really been stoking the fire super hot. But it stayed really nice in here last night. I did wake up every couple hours and throw a log on the fire, so it never really got a chance to burn all the way down. where I ended up waking up completely cold. So I was really warm all night long. I don't think it's that cold outside, but I haven't really looked at the temperature yet. I'm just going to go ahead and pack up some. I'm just going to go ahead and move some of the bed stuff out of the way just because I know that I'm going to be working on this peak this morning. So between that and getting some breakfast made, that's going to be the first order of the day. It looks like a winter wonderland outside. It looks like it's going to be just a beautiful day outside. Why is it that it's always a beautiful day up at the land? I don't know, it just seems like it. I almost fell backwards. Oh, wow. Yeah, pay attention here. I think it's just like that, right? Yeah, maybe. Okay, I like that much better than what I had before. And it's not perfect by any means. I'm not a master craftsman. I've never claimed to be, but it's functional. It's not completely straight, and there's gaps, and there's whatever, but yeah, I'm satisfied at least, and that's the biggest part of it. So now I can do the sides and the rest of the ceiling corners. You know, it's amazing how much even kiln-dried lumber. So when I put these together, I know darn well that I never had gaps this big. There's a couple of them, and I certainly, every board I pounded as tight as I could get, but it's so dry in here that even store-bought kiln-dried lumber just has really dried out. I mean, every single seam. There's another one over here that just drives me crazy, this one right here. And the one up on top there, man, they just, almost all of them, it just, well, what are you gonna do? I mean, they were tight when I put them in, and you can't keep them from drying. Maybe this summer they'll expand with the humidity and tighten back up. One thing I really need to do is get one of those little cast iron kettles to put on the wood stove, just to get a little humidity in here. I notice after a couple days of running the road stove, I'll wake up with like bloody nose and just dry throat, so. Alright, this is just my test board to see, before I cut one to length and ruin it. Just want to see if it's going to fit. Alright, River has been crying all morning about how hungry he is, and it's probably about time for lunch, but so he's going to get a little sample, but What we've got here today is goose bratwurst with pineapple. Sounds delicious. So River's gonna eat a little taste. I'm not gonna make them all. I'm just gonna make a couple for a quick lunch. And I think the rest we're probably gonna put on the grill tonight, maybe. So, all right, I'm gonna put these back, and you know, maybe I'll make 3 for now because I can always eat them as a snack later while I'm working. So, just gonna cut them up, fry them in the pan with a little canned potatoes probably, and I was gonna put some onion in there, but if I give a couple to River, he can't have onions, so I don't really want to. Oh, these are just so good. These are from my buddy Troy. He does a lot of goose hunting, and he's been kind enough to gift me a couple packages of goose brats. So thank you, Troy. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Maybe if I ever learn how to catch fish, I can send a few packages your way. All right, well, I don't think they have a lot of fat in them. Watch out, Ruby. So you're probably gonna add a little bit of oil, just a tish maybe. Well, I might have to not use that trivet. Oh yeah, now they're gonna cook. I opened up a can of my canned potatoes. This batch I used the yellow gold Utahcons, and just out of the can, they're probably not my favorite, but I gotta use them up, so we'll see how they turn out. And I lost my heat and my fire, so now I gotta let it catch up a little bit. But oh my gosh, I tried the brats. Super good. And that pineapple, the sugars in the pineapple, they kind of make them, they almost give like a caramelization to them. Really, really good. Okay, so this is going to be the footboard, and I need to put it back together. So how far out is that going to stick? How close to the fire? Might be all right. My fear of putting it this way was that if a blanket got knocked over, it could be too close to the fire and start a fire. But if my measurements are correct, the bed post should end about like right here. So I should be okay. You gonna come in or you gonna sit outside all day? Go. I had planned this to be a full bed, which means the mattress would be about 76 inches. Oh, that is, just add a couple inches for the log, add a couple inches for, so that actually is about where it would be. So I think I'm okay with the fire. So this is the first log bed I've ever tried to make. So it's a little rough, and it's not perfect by any means, functional, hopefully, but I don't know what to think. Do I flip it around? I don't know. So anyway, most mattresses are 8 to 10 inches. I'm not going to use a box spring, so I don't need it to be 20. I probably want the mattress to top out about here, give or take. So that's 28 inches, so probably 28 inches to the bottom of that, minus 8 would be 20. Just So 20 inches would be the top of my 2x4. So I know it's a little hillbilly, but what I was trying to figure out how to attach these rails to the posts, and I couldn't do it on the inside because then the mattress would hang over too far, and I didn't want to cut out holes and peg them in. If I would have done logs, I would have done them just like the rails, but what I thought I would do is take these joist hangers, and I painted them black, hopefully that I could then just use them, and that maybe that would work. Because you're really not going to see them anyway. I mean, it's just going to be a rail. Wow, that's really close, actually.
Oh shit, River! River, what's wrong, buddy? Are you okay? Honey, are you okay? Come here. Are you okay, honey? You sweet, you okay? Oh, buddy. Here, come here, lay down. Come here. He's like, I'm free to lay down on bed again. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, are you okay? Is your leg okay? Huh? Did you get hurt? Are you okay? Huh? Huh? Are you okay? Here, Papa, put your bed over here, okay? Papa, put your bed over here. You come here. Okay. We're going to call that River. He said that there's no way he is staying in here for this, so he went outside. He said that I have hurt him enough today and that he's not taking any chances. But yeah, it's a rough job being my dog. It's not an easy task. That's for sure. I don't think anybody ever claimed it was. Wow, this is wobbly. This is super wobbly. All right. Wow, that is a wobbly bed. I think I'm gonna need some more support somewhere. Okay, well clearly that would work. That would be strong enough. Well, that's gonna be it for today. It's definitely strong enough. That's not a question. There's a lot of seesaw in it. A lot of action in it. So I think the problem is there's just too much give in these joist hangers. A way to fix it might be to, on the back side, bolt in or screw in two 2x4s, one along the bottom, one along the side, and go from inside rail to inside rail where you couldn't see them, and that would really tighten that side up. I don't know what to do about this. I wanted this high because I wanted to be able to put totes underneath here. So clearly it's not the final answer. However, for now, it's gonna have to do. And we're just gonna go back to the drawing board. It's the first bed I've ever tried to make. Obviously, the first time you do something, it's probably the worst prototype you'll ever make. And every subsequent try after that, they will increasingly get better and better and better. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the mattress up here and the blankets and vacuum everything down. And at least I'll have some room to work. And then maybe we'll go outside for a little bit. What do you think about that? Well, I've been working in the cabin all day. I haven't even hardly been outside other than back and forth to get tools and lumber and whatnot. And here the day is almost already over. Gets to be 4 o'clock and it starts to get pretty dark already. I think today is the solstice.
my chickadee friends getting some seeds. Last night I fed the deer. I should probably walk down and see if any found the corn yet. Here I thought it was 30 degrees out all day. And I thought, wow, it's been pretty nice. I was walking out in a sweatshirt and no gloves, and then after looking at my phone I figured out it's only been 10 degrees and my thermometer's been stuck at 30. Oh well. Burn up some scrap wood and figured I just wanted to get outside for a while. Well, by golly, they found it last night. I guess we probably should give them a little more. I didn't put a lot in there, but... Well, should we feed those deer, buddy? Should we give those deer some lunch? Put the game cam up? All right, let's go give those deer some food. Woo! Well, we didn't last very long out there. We went out and had a little bonfire, started a fire, and fed the deer. And I was going to sit out there for a little bit and maybe roast up those bratwursts on the fire, but it is cold out there. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's got to be cold, whatever that means, right? It's got to be like at least, I don't know. And where's my phone? Let's see. I brought the thermometer in because one thing I can guarantee is it is not 30 degrees out there, that's for sure. Obviously the spring is frozen on it. Oh, what does it say? It is 9 degrees. Yeah, 9 degrees. Supposed to be down to 1 tonight. So 1 degrees, that'll be the coldest I've stayed in the shed so far. Tomorrow's supposed to warm up to 24, so. Last night I was plenty warm. I imagine I'll be plenty warm tonight. Now that the walls are all heated up, that makes a big difference. River says he wants some early supper, but I don't know what we're gonna make. I had some soup to go with the brats, and that's frozen solid. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet.
Well, Em and I went to Costco last week just to finish up some Christmas shopping, and one of the things that I actually got for myself was this solar set of lights. And the solar, I bought it at Costco, and it was about $40, and I don't remember the manufacturer, and I already burnt the box, so I can't find out. But I was impressed with the size of the solar pad, and I'm not sure what wattage it is. I'm sure it's really low. But, I mean, that's a fair-sized solar panel. So it just has a quick connect cord, and it mounts either on the ground or on the side of a building or whatever. But the thing that's kind of cool about it, instead of just being typical Christmas lights, it's these Edison type lights. And I don't know what the quality is going to be. I think you can usually buy these lights for about $70 in the electric version. But I thought I would give them a shot. So anyway, River and I are going to go outside now and hook them up. And they come with a remote too, so you can like turn them on and off from inside the building. But how cool, right? I mean, that's pretty neat. So the idea is I'm going to mount the solar panel outside of the screen porch, and I'm going to string these inside the screen porch. And I'm not going to put the lights up tonight probably, just because I'd rather do that in the daylight. But I think I will mount the solar panel and just poke that through the plastic so that it's ready to go tomorrow. And so I've decided as far as the major solar panels, I have too much to do to try to do that this weekend, so I'm going to put that project on hold. I'm going to bring all of the stuff back home with me. I'm going to bring some scrap lumber back with me, and what I would like to do is make the charge controller panel and then make some sort of brackets for mounting them, not mounting them, but some sort of stand for outside so that the next time I come up, it's going to be all ready to go. I'll just have to run the wires, poke it through the cabin, and then bolt up the charge control panel along with the inverter and attach it to the battery. So that's kind of what I have in store. I really want to go through the directions more, and I haven't had time to do that. And I just don't really want to wing that, just because I think there's some propensity for things to go wrong, and I don't want to burn the cabin down, and I don't want to waste the couple $100 that I have into the project because I did something stupid. So anyway, let's go outside. River's anxious. We just got done eating, and let's hang up these cool lights. I'm excited. This is cool. All right. Hopefully they're not like just some cheap thing, but for $40, they better be decent. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's an easy way to break plastic. Screw it too tight in 5 degrees. All right. Well, that's a little crooked, but does anybody care? Is anybody gonna yell at me? Well, we're going to try this and see how she goes. Woo! Let's see what she looks like inside. Now let me turn all these other lights off so we can get a true
taste. Cool. I think what I'll do is when it gets warmer, I'll probably spread them out more evenly and tidy them up. This was just to see if they would even work and what they would look like. So cool. Let's see what they look like from outside. Neat. All right, well, that's done. I'm pleased with them for, hopefully they last. So like I mentioned, those lights come with this little remote, which is going to be really nice because when I come in here at night, it's dark and I don't have any lights in the porch. So I can just click this remote as I drive in and light up the porch. Wow, I gotta say, if these last, I'm really impressed with them. Look at that. Wow, I'm pleased. Apparently I'm easily pleased, huh? Anyway, I think it's pretty cool. For $40, I mean, it's a lot to spend for lights, but you know, the regular patio lights are like 60, 70, and they don't come with a remote, and they're not solar. So it's a win-win in my book. I think we're gonna work on some more trim. It's cold outside. We're gonna save some of the outdoor projects for tomorrow, I think. So catch you in a bit. Merry Christmas!
Have a terrible Christmas!